Quitting, throwing in the towel, giving up, letting go, giving up your job, giving up parts of your life, giving up things that are really hard. Today's episode is why quitting is so hard. My name is Mario Leone and welcome to the Voices of Victory channel. Don't forget to click the link below so you can actually visit my Patreon and we can grow together. Everyone has that one thing where they can't move forward. It could be a sport, it could be a club that you don't even like anymore. Things that are absolutely wasting your time or at least feel like they're a waste of time. And you know what happens? We actually stick with those things and stay with it because it's totally easier than actually leaving. That's the one part that is universally relatable, meaning everybody can actually understand what I'm trying to say. It's not a big drama, it's how people are actually wired. We like patterns. We are patterned. And those patterns, when they aren't doing squat for us anymore, it's time to go. You've got to get out. So here's the deal. This is that moment, usually late at night or right after you mess something up, where you realize you're fed up, you're done, you're tired, and your heart is just not connecting to it anymore. It's that whole entire feeling of, I don't like who I'm becoming here. That feeling. It's that spark that actually makes you want to quit and move and get out of there. But here's the deal. Our brains, they hate leaving things unfinished. There are people that are great at starting things, but some people have difficulty with completion. So we stay in bad situations much longer than we actually need to. It feels like a waste to actually walk away. It's the sunk cost fallacy where you've dumped money, time, energy, resources, and now you don't want to walk away because you've been investing in something and you no longer want to. But you could literally flip this upside down on its head to the best of your ability. Because instead of finishing the cycle and doing the same crap over and over and over again, you could actually focus on exiting and getting out of the situation, completing the situation. Do your best to say, I'm done here. It's like when someone's pouring your coffee and you just put your hand out and say, I've had enough, thank you. That's where it gets important. You're going to feel it in your gut and your brain has this weird need for closure. You're going to feel it. So do your best to exit. Now, what you might actually do is you make it real by actually saying it out loud that, okay, I might stop, I might quit, I should probably change, I'm done with this. And that takes the annoying thought back out of your head and it turns it into a real actual commitment that you're actually going to make to yourself. And this is where you have to look at things and look at what it's costing you, because there's a cost of doing and a cost of not doing. You're looking at your energy, your sleep, your time, your efforts, your money, your resources. Maybe you're having to take classes and you don't want to. Maybe it's you checking your phones all the time. But it's not about judging yourself. It's about looking at the situation honestly and see what's truly happening inside of you and how it's connected to you. Now, once you find the reason that you're totally done, the reason to leave, to exit, it's not on the surface. It usually never is. But you aren't procrastinating because, let's say, you're lazy. You're doing it because you're terrified. You're also invested. And you don't want to fail. And you don't want to prove something bad about yourself. You feel like you're betraying yourself if you actually quit something. But sometimes there are things that you no longer connect to. It's just not in your heart anymore. And once you get very specific about that particular pain point, you yourself can actually work on it. So the awkward part of this whole process is where the old habit is now gone, but your new habit and new direction hasn't even kicked in yet. So your brain is going to try and pull back to the old way because it feels familiar. But you're going to have to sit in that discomfort, sit in that emotion and feel it. Feel it for a few minutes instead of rushing to find some kind of distraction for you. You have to connect to the idea that I no longer want this, but I do need something to replace it. So you start putting some new routines in place. Okay, you're not just removing behavior. You're replacing it with better stuff. That's the smart way to go. Now, keep in mind, if you have beliefs that are hanging on to the past, you're going to have to rewire that as well. But count your wins or your wins don't count, because the small wins will actually start to stack up for you. They're going to support you. They're going to be like pillars that you step across in order to get to the other side of a bridge. So the idea of going back to the old way is going to feel emotionally painful. If it feels more emotionally painful than moving forward, then I want you to understand you have to continue moving forward and you have to consider those old ideas that you're hanging on to. You're going to get some actual momentum once you realize that something could replace what was there. But you're going to have to nourish that new belief, that new idea, that new way of life. Because again, your brain could wire you towards narratives and past history. So this is when the change actually shows up. Once it shows up in your life and you realize, okay, good, now I have a new start, I have a new direction, I have a new habit, and all of a sudden you feel reinvigorated, like your energy comes back and you're not as stressed as you were before. But the shift that's going on, what's happening is happening inside of you. You didn't just stop doing something. You literally had thrown away a part of yourself that just wasn't working anymore. The old life could not sustain going forward. So your brain starts to finally understand it as a cycle of completion and as something that's actually finished. So here's the deal. You could be in this toxic group of friends, or a job that treats you like crap, or just a commitment that doesn't suit you anymore in life. And there's people that just wait around. I'll be ready when, I'll be motivated when, in order to move forward. But that is the biggest slippery slope and the biggest pitfall of them all. Motivation doesn't end patterns. Coming to a point of acceptance and actual understanding towards closure does indeed do that. So instead of you asking, what should you be doing? Ask yourself, what can you still do in place of what you used to do? That's what's important. Quitting is not about losing. It's not about being a failure. People will equate that. It's typical. The ego likes to speak up in that way. But we could look at it as a big, giant overhaul and cleanup of the things that just no longer suit you in your life. So the most productive thing you can do is to straight up put an end to it. Put a fork in it. It's done. It's behind me. No longer. No more. Not having it. Not enough. It is over. Make that commitment. Be decisive about that. Be committed to that. And if you have to ask the people around you for help in order to support you, you let them know, this is what I'm doing. I'm quitting. I'm done. I need your help. You're either with me or you're going to be a complication. If they're going to complicate that and drag you back into the past, that might be that toxic friend group that you actually have to let go of, because they could be dragging you back to the past and you're done with it. That's all I'm going to say. Don't forget to click on the Patreon link below. Have a great day. See you on the next episode. Take care.